Hey guys, Casey here from Stand Proud Canine Training, and in this video we're going to be showing you how to use and operate your Mini Educator collar. And this is the model ET-300. It's the model that we use for 99% of the dogs that come into training with us. So this is what your box will look like when you get it. When you open it up, you'll have your collar and your remote, as well as the charger, a lanyard that you can hook onto your remote and you can carry around your neck, as well as some little tools and accessories here. So when I open up this one, it has a little key to switch out the actual skins of the remote. It has a tester tool that you can put with the collar and you can make sure that there is stim flowing through the collar. And you also have a little tool here that you will use in case your dog has longer fur. It does come with some extra contact points, which are these little guys right here. So they're a little bit longer than the ones that come already with the collar itself, and you use this little tool to unscrew it, and then you can have it for a dog with some longer fur. Alright, so now we're going to go into the basics of how to turn this on and off and what the different buttons mean. On your remote, to turn it on, you're going to flip it around. You're going to see a black button on the back that says on, off, and light. We're going to press and hold that button for a few seconds until the display in the front turns on. So we're going to press and hold, and there it's on. So you'll see your display says 1D, an M, a C, and the actual number. So that number is controlled by the dial at the top here, and that is what controls the level of stimulus on your receiver. The Mini Educator does go from 0 to 100. To turn on the collar itself, you'll see on the side here that there is a little red dot. We're just going to touch that to the screen on the collar. So when we touch it, it'll go green. This way you know that your collar is on, and it will start to continuously flash green. Doesn't matter which one you turn on and off first, you do have to make sure that you turn them on and off individually. Now for the buttons. So there are 3 buttons on the sides of the remote here. There is a black button, a red button, both with a letter S, and a single black button on the other side that has a letter T. These 2 buttons here control the actual electric stimulus that will go through to the collar. The side button here is just a vibrate. We typically don't use the vibrate because there is no versatility to it. It's just one level on the vibrate. So you'll have a dog that either doesn't care about the vibrate at all, or the vibrate actually freaks them out a lot more than the stimulus does. So the black and the red button on the side here with the letter S are the only ones that you're going to be worried about. The black button is a nick. So this is a momentary stimulation even if you press and hold it. So when I press and hold it, you'll see a red light go on, and that way you know that I'm actually touching it. So if I press and hold is just that single stim, like a nick. The red button on the side is a continuous, so if I press and hold, it'll continue to go for a few seconds until it times itself out. And we like to use the red button interchangeably with the black. So if we tell you to tap and hold the red button, that means to tap and hold. Or if we say just tap your red button, it will work in a similar way as the nick. Okay, now to actually charge these guys, there are some rubber stoppers. There's a rubber stopper on the back of the remote, which is here, and there's a rubber stopper on the back of the receiver, which is here. And you can charge both of these at the same time with the charger that's provided. It has a double charger, so you can charge both of them at the same time, and it takes about 2 hours to do a full charge. And if your dog does like to go swimming, both of these are waterproof and you do have a ½ mile range. Just be sure if your dog is going to go swimming that those rubber stoppers are in there securely to avoid getting any water in there. You could potentially shoot the battery if any water gets up in the collar. Now you'll see that there is a letter M and a letter C. We prefer both of these letters to be present on your display because both of these letters correspond to one of the buttons here. So if I press the black, let me put that to a level, there you go. So if I press the black, you'll see one of the letters disappears. If I press the red, you'll see the other letter disappear. And we want to have both of them just in case, so you can use both buttons as needed. And we also want to make sure that the 1D at the top of that display is blinking. If it's not blinking, you may have accidentally pressed and held the dial at the top. If I press and hold the dial, it'll lock the number in place. So if I lock the number in place, you won't have the freedom to move up and down the level of stimulation. So we prefer clients and dog owners to just be comfortable going up and down the dial, just in case you need to use a little bit more stimulation with your dog, or if you need to use less. This way it gives you a little bit more freedom to go up and down as needed. There we go. Perfect. So just make sure that that 1D is flashing, the letter M and the letter C. If one of those letters disappears, you may have hit this little black button on the back. This is what interchanged between the momentary and the continuous. So we'll just tap that little black button and one of the letters will disappear, and then the other one, and then both of them are present again. Alrighty, to turn this off, we're going to do the exact same thing as we did before. There is that little red dot. We're just going to touch that to the screen and it'll blink red. That way your receiver is off. On the back again, we're going to press and hold the black button for a few seconds until the display says of. And there you go. So that's how you turn this on and off and what the basic buttons on the sides mean. And another cool feature about this that I will turn on and show you really quick. This is a feature I like to use with my own personal dogs, and a lot of folks who have dark fur dogs or they go walking with their dogs at night like to use this feature. It does have a flashlight on the receiver. So if you just tap the black button on the back here, you'll get a flashing for the flashlight. If you press again, you'll get a solid flashlight. And if you press one more time, then it'll turn off. So this is a really cool feature that I like to use with my own dogs, but that is the basics of how we use the Mini Educator collar. Thanks for watching, guys.